Okay, now for the wood grain, we're going to try something a little different here. Rather than just using the paint and backing it up with dry brush with a darker color underneath, we're going to give this a call. These are alcohol inks. We're going to give this a try, not a call. Excuse me. But this is almost like a translucent dye. They use this for stained glass. But I'm kind of curious to see how this works. So we're going to try this. This color is caramel. You can get these at Michael's or Hobbytown. By the way, you guys want to give this a shot. We'll see how it looks. But I'll give those guys a little bit of shout outs because they got some really cool stuff there. And we're going to follow up with ginger, which is a little bit of a darker color, so we can come back and do sap stains and knot holes and everything else before we do our final backer color. And then clean the stuff up. Just a little bottle of alcohol here you can use to thin it down, lighten up your colors if you want to. So let's give this a shot. I'm just going to come back and do a practice run here, so yeah, perfect. Let's see what happens. You see how light this is. Doesn't really look like much, but it's definitely an alcohol. You can smell the alcohol flashing off in there, but you just kind of spackle it on there. Let it flash off. What's nice about the alcohol is it dries really quick, so you can fart around with this. By the time you get to the other end of the box, first couple passes are dry. And so it beads up and runs all over the place, kind of gives it a weird effect. Yeah, there we go. Starting to get our wood, sorta. Our fake wood. Yeah, it's unbelievable how fast this stuff works. We'll switch over to our small brush here. Alright. Hit the wrong button there in the camera, sorry about that. Now we're just going to our small brush. And we're just kind of doing couple little quick licks. Nothing too extravagant. Actually, it almost seems to look better if you get the brush a little on the dry side. Yeah, I'll do a couple little dimples on here. And give ourselves a nice little knot hole. Well, maybe. Actually, it didn't work all that good. Alright, ixnay on the knot hole. But yeah, less seems to be more with this. You get too extravagant, then you're going to start blending the colors. So you want a little bit of variation here. And that looks pretty good. Okay, back in a minute. Okay, added a couple more colors to this. A couple more little swipes of the brown. You can see it's starting to get kind of a punky wood look to it. Throw a couple little bits of green in there. Maybe there's water or something sitting in the back of the truck. I don't know any self-respecting hot rodder that would ever allow that to happen. But hey, you know, it is a truck. And now we have, just to see it a little better, I put some white paper underneath it because looking into the shadows here, it gets kind of murky. But now to finish off the little wood grains, just picked up a Black India ink waterproof pen here. I call these rapidograph pens, but they're use them for black number 199 Faber-Castell extra small. So it's like a little detail pen. It's like a really, really upscale ballpoint pen type deal. So a couple little streaky lines here. Whatever. Just kind of gives it some depth and character. Let me do a little knot hole. Some little bugs chewing on it when the tree was standing in the woods. Little subtle things like that that add to the realistic effect. And randomness is better for stuff like this because you would never see consistent patterns. That's really, really annoying. Like if you get, I always notice it when I got somebody's house that I walk into and they have that Pergo laminate floor. You can pick out the pattern that repeats over and over again. It gets kind of chintzy, cheeseball looking. There's kind of little speckles and bits here. This is all going to be backed up with a darker paint too, so hopefully some of this will stick. Be able to see a little bit more of it as get closer to the finish line here. A couple more little defects in the wood. I suppose you could really get nuts if you wanted to go and add little spiders and everything else, but like I said, it's the first time I've ever done this in this particular instance, so I don't want to get too carried away here because you run the risk of having the whole thing just blow up in your face and looking absolutely horrible. But this actually looks like it's coming out fairly nice. And then when we're done here, we'll back this up with the opaque paints as opposed to these translucent. And that's that.